Hello, everybody. Welcome to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. I'm Kevin Pereira.
And I'm Candace Bailey.
Oh!
We're coming to you from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles.
Wait, breaking. Monkey washes cat? That is insane. Next, you're going to tell me that the classic arcade Smash is getting a reboot. What the hell? Oh, my God.
Oh, Kevin, you're so crazy.
I didn't make them. On the show today, it's good to be the king. Danny McBride is here for your highness. Plus, he'll tip his pitch for the new season of Eastbound and Down. That's a sports reference, so tip his pitch.
Oh.
You could, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Then Blair Herter finds out if he's tough enough when he climbs into the ring with WWE superstar Trish Stratus. It's a never-before-seen adventure.
And we'll reveal your captions for this week's ATN. What are you doing?
What?
Oh. Were you John Rickles? They were laughing at you, I thought. Or Gallagher. Find out in a bit. Plus, we have an all-new weekend edition of DVD Tuesday with Chris Moore. He's got old movies that are getting new lives on Blu-ray, like the original Tron and the 70s classic Taxi Driver and THX 1138.
Was it really that good? Was it really that good?
Maybe you should see it on Blu-ray.
Was it episode 1 good? Exactly.
Right now, it's time to see Blair Herter in a pair of wrestling tights.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, well, I mean, these are the times that try men's souls, Candace. Blair went behind the scenes of Tough Enough and climbed into the ring with WWE superstar Trish Stratus.
I'm here on the set of Tough Enough right now. I'm gonna get some in-ring training by one of the masters. Bill, this is good, right? Like, this is what you guys said I should bring with me to Tough Enough.
Welcome to Tough Enough, jackass.
Launching into its 5th season, WWE Tough Enough, a reality series, is making a move to the USA Network. But don't worry, there's still plenty of body-slamming raw action to beat you senseless.
To you, what does it mean to be tough enough?
The name of the show is Tough Enough, but you've also got to be smart enough. You've got to have a lot of guts, a lot of brains, a lot of want to, a lot of willpower, so it's going to take a lot.
Is it safe for you to be training a bunch of Hellraisers?
Certainly it's safe. And I'm not really the hands-on trainer. It's up to me to watch and see everything that they're doing because, you know, at the end of the day, when it's time for me to make an elimination, then I've got to go through the process of weeding out the weak and keeping it strong.
Why get involved with this show?
Tough Enough is the launching pad, the springboard to the next WWE superstar. There's really no backdoor way into this business as far as you got to know somebody or you got to kiss a whole lot of behind. This right here, Tough Enough, is the one true way for that Rocky Balboa type, you know, to get in professional wrestling.
Trish, first of all, the biggest question. Why are you here?
I'm the female trainer. And I am taking a little bit of my experience from the WWE ring. So I thought I would teach the kids and whoop their butts and try and find the next WWE superstar diva.
So I came here not only to talk to you guys, but I was promised a little bit of a lesson. I got to choose my trainer. I thought maybe you'd be a good trainer for me because I felt like we had something.
I didn't really feel that myself, but as long as you felt that that's cool. I'm going to take you through a typical day here at Tough Enough.
Okay.
And we usually start off with some conditioning exercises.
Okay.
Bend at the waist. Bend at the waist. Put your hands on the ground. What you're going to do is you're just going to go like this.
Yeah, right. That's not going to happen.
And breathe.
Oh, God.
Count 3, I want you to belly walk. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Not knee walk, belly walk. 1, 2, 3. Keep your hands behind your head. 1, 2, 3. Not knee walk, belly walk. Shake it off one more time. Maybe you're a righty. Turn your head that way.
Hold on a second. All right.
So pull me in. Give me a head lock.
Bad girl.
Hair.
Okay.
Yeah, hair.
Do
That's
I-
cool. You don't give noogies. No, normally, we don't. We try to avoid the noogies,
Cool.
just mostly for the hair
Fair
reason,
enough.
you know.
Yeah.
And we're not 10. So this is a really standard, good move that it's very functional.
Yeah, it's
And
super
the crowd
functional.
can see your face, so you're in pain, like.
Oh, yeah, this hurts
And
so
I'm like
bad.
aggressive about it, or I'm being cocky about it, and I feel like it's not too difficult, but yet it can tell a great story. Do you know what I'm saying?
It
Do you
told
feel-
multiple stories.
Do you
just
feel
now.
me? Like, do you feel me on that one?
I felt you. Oh, kidding me?
Where did I tell you to put your hands?
Not here.
Where?
Here.
Put them there.
Got it. That's not even fake.
That was really good.
Still hurts.
I thought you did a really good job with that. The delivery was right on. It was really, really believable convection. I thought it was really good job.
I'm not tough enough.
He's not tough enough.
I'm not tough enough.
And
Can I just leave? Can I go home, Booker? Come on.
Not till you tap, sucker.
Okay, I'm not tough enough. I'm not tough enough.
Don't say it, Blair. Don't say it.
Listen here. We know you got questions about dragons, right?
Yes.
But every once in a while, we're not going to know the answers. It's sad.
Which is why we employ the panel of experts on Jeremy's Dragon Table.
Oh, that's why.
That's why.
That's why.
That's why.
That is why.
Welcome to Jeremy's Dragon Table, the most awesome show on television, where all we do is talk about how great dragons are. Tonight's topic, Dragon Con. They call it Dragon Con, but there are very few dragons there. What gives? Searclaw. Why weren't you there?
Dude, tickets to Atlanta were expensive.
You know, if you had actual dragon wings, you could fly there faster than the speed of light and actually travel back in time or something.
But, I mean... I
That's
have
right,
these-
you can't, because you're a guy in a dragon costume, Brent.
You know, Atlanta has a great zoo. They have a panda cam, and the world of reptiles is exhilarating.
I think it's time we got a female perspective, okay? From the gorgeous girl with the dragon tattoo. Emma, what do you think of Dragon Con?
I don't know. It's like this thing with all these dragons and leather and stuff, you know? You know?
How the heck could you afford a ticket?
Hey! You know me, dragon guy!
I hope you had a chance to visit the world of reptiles.
Okay, shut up, Carol. A hot girl is talking.
I'm hungry!
I know, baby. We're gonna order pizza soon. And in a refreshing change of pace, you've been pretty quiet, Glenn. I thought you go to Dragon Con like every year, right?
Yes, I do.
Well, what the hell, dude? Why do you keep going back if there are no dragons?
Because Dragon Con is filled with drunk, horny nerd chicks in skin-tight cosplay outfits. I mean, I get so much desperate lady tail. I'm like a sex spider at the Temple of Lolth, and I'm tag teaming all these hot drow.
Oh, now my mom's never gonna let me go to Dragon Con.
Oh man, believe me, there are a lot of fortitude checks, you know, and usually a couple acrobatics checks as well.
Glenn, nobody wants to hear about your disgusting sexual exploits.
I disagree.
Okay, final word. Dragon Con, yay or nay?
Nay.
Oh, yay.
I'll take that as a yay. Glenn?
A big, hot, sweaty, black, shiny, latex-covered, eight-legged yay!
Oh, Glenn.
With 3 furries watching.
Still ahead, find out how funny you are. Or aren't. Doesn't matter.
Around the Net is up next with your Umgroffle caption. Stick around. Right now, it's time to skim the top layers of the interwebs.
We are going to go around the internet. All right, since our nation has finally recovered from the crippling epidemic of March Madness, we can all fondly look back at those several weeks when we pretended to care about collegiate hooper ball.
Now we can go back to caring about only arcade-style basketball games instead. It's pretty good. Pretty good.
And he only needs 400 million more tickets to get that alarm clock. He's saving up.
We asked you what's the name of the team he plays for.
And Hell Jumper 88 said, the Miami Virgins.
That's good. That's good.
I like that.
Today's number 3 item combines the raw, frightening power of Carl Orff's Carmina Burana with the disarming power of a tiny dog. Thank you, Kevin.
You're welcome for that. I believe you mean a tiny dog with fake eyebrows. Oh, so of course we asked you, what breed is that dog?
And Aiko the One said, a Groucho Barks. I liked it.
That was still the best of the bunch, so I don't want to see any finger pointing. Now, when the poo hits the proverbial propeller, you're going to want to have a solid group together to try to reforge society, right? So you probably want a doctor.
Sure.
Maybe a badass cop.
Okay.
Maybe someone who can cobble together a cell phone from bits of gum and twine, right?
And probably the guy in today's number 2 item.
Hello and welcome to the Slingshot channel. Today I'm going to show you one of the craziest slingshots I've ever made. It's a machete shooting slingshot. So this time you won't see me shooting in a t-shirt because that happened when the weapon misfired in the early stages of the production.
Not cool.
We asked you guys, what's the name of this weapon?
And Jarlit 007 said, the portable vasectomatic. Hey!
I like it.
I could see Vince Slomy selling one of those. Slomy, the slap chop dude.
Uh-huh.
He...
Are you sure?
At least I tip well.
Today's number 1 item comes to us from a workout video starring a teenaged Alyssa Milano.
Oh, is there any better Milano? Teen Steam doesn't feature the sauna scenes that you might hope it does, but it does feature an unusually high amount of giggling.
Gotta let it out. Team Steam. Gotta let it out. Gotta let it out. Team Steam. Gotta get it out.
Feel the steam rising. We're gonna let it out the same way it got in.
Breathe in. 6.
If I could travel through time
I just heard
and only
it.
do one thing, like maybe, save Lincoln from assassination or bang Teen Steam Alyssa Milano,
Yes, we
there'd
all
be a
know
hole
what it
in a
would
top
be.
hat. You know what I'm saying?
Kevin.
But we asked you, what are the, too soon? I have another version of that one if you'd like. No?
No.
Okay. We asked you, what are they laughing about? Simple question.
And Fanto said they just saw Alyssa in that Double Dragon movie.
She was great, Commando. Good effort, everybody. Good effort.
We're taking everyone out for ice cream anyway.
Hey! Do your daily viral fix and to check out all the viral videos we have to offer. Go to g4tv.com/around
the net. That was weird. Still ahead. And your
Friday show.
Highness star, Danny McBride, stops by the studio to share some on-set war stories.
And later, Chris Gore is here for an all-new weekend edition of DV Tuesday with Blu-rays, Taxi Driver, and the original Tron. You stay there. We will be here-ish.
Here.
Contractually, we have to. So who do you have picked to weird? Next caller. Time for sports. Next caller. Hey, thanks for calling.
All the news you need to know. The feed.
It's Friday, April 8th. I'm Sarah Underwood, and here are your top stories. Shocker! The makers of the Miley Cyrus sex doll might get sued by Miley Cyrus. The teen star is unsurprisingly upset that the very aptly named Pipe Dream Products has been making bank off her likeness, and she may soon take legal action. Miley isn't the only pop singer who's been recreated in plastic. Lady Gaga, Britney Spears, and Beyonce also are available in sex doll form. So it's kind of an honor, I guess. Gross honor. A boatload of old school Atari gaming is coming to the App Store. Yeah! Retro gamers can forget about buying a pricey emulator. Now you can play 100 Atari 2600 and classic Atari arcade games on your iPad or iPhone with Atari's Greatest Hits app. For a mere $15, you can get 100 games, including giant pixel gems like Pong, Asteroids, Centipede, Gravatar, Lunar Lander, and Missile Command. Or if you're a cheap bastard, there are 25 different game packs for 99 cents each. Sadly, 8-bit classics Joust and Pole Position aren't included yet. Attack the Block, the most buzzed about movie online right now, just secured a US release. The inner city alien invasion flicks come from guys behind Shaun of the Dead and Scott Pilgrim, and was a major hit with audiences at South by Southwest. So here's a look at Attack the Block. And finally, Kevin Smith fans now have a chance to get their hands on some memorabilia from his films. Yes! In order to help finance distribution for his new movie, Red State, Smith will hold an auction called Kevin Smith Sells Out. Smith and Jason Mewes will be in attendance and will be auctioning off items like Silent Bob's overcoat from Dogma, Zach's hockey stick from Zach and Miri Make a Porno, and Mark Hamill's knocker fist from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. How cool is that?
Hey, wait a minute.
Jason Mewes? Whoa! What?
You can't sell the knocker fist.
Why?
Because look at it, that thing is legendary. You know who wore that? You can't be. Oh!
This thing really works.
Not again. Oh.
Kevin Smith Sells Out, presented by Propsworks, will be held at the Pasadena Convention Center on April 10th.
Or you can bid online at propworks.com.
Walk it off, Jason. Walk it off. There you go. I'm Sarah Underwood, and you've just been fed. Now back to Kevin and Candace.
Thanks, Sarah. Chris Hardwick and Morgan Webb reviewed the Falcon frag box on Gadget Prod.
I am just as distracted. Could you please put that fist away? It ended up being our favorite entry in Gaming PC Week, Falcon Attack!
Falcon Northwest knows how to get the most power per square inch out of a gaming PC, as evidenced by the frag box. About the size of a shoebox, this stout little rig can hold an Intel Core i7 processor, dual video cards, and 24 gigs of RAM, so no game is too big to be conquered. All the parts and labor are covered by a 3-year warranty too, so find out what's in the box starting at $1,700.
It's so shiny and orange.
It is.
Okay, so before we start, we should actually give a couple of disclaimers.
Yes.
I'll go first.
All right.
I actually own a computer made by Falcon. I have the tower.
Yep.
And made by Falcon. It's the tower. I did pay for it myself. They did not pay for any of this. Go ahead.
They actually, Falcon Northwest sponsored my podcast. So we also, we were not the only ones to review these. We also brought in gadget producers and other people from the show, just so no one's like, oh, okay, because you just like it because that's the voice of the internet in my head. You just like it because they advertise. Blah, blah, blah. So we just want to be totally on the level and tell you about this awesome machine.
I know. It is kind of great, though. Okay, the Falcon Northwest Frag Box. It's going to be a long...
Just don't say Falcon.
Okay. The Falcon Northwest Frag Box is just as compact as we remember it. It's only about 15 inches long, 8 inches tall. It weighs about 25 pounds, so even my friend here could probably carry it to LAN parties and...
I am much stronger than I look, Morgan Webb.
Oh, yeah? Let me see.
Oh, I'm going to curl the frag box. Oh, my spine.
You can get it custom painted like we did. It's about an extra $450, so, but, you know, it's beautiful in orange.
Yeah, I mean...
And it has a G4 logo on it.
It does, and it says Attack on the Show on the other side. I mean, listen, I really love the size of this machine. When I was in the PC game, the thing that always bothered me was these tower systems.
Right.
It's like you can't put them on top of your desk. You put them under your desk. They get in the way of your feet. They're an eyesore, but you know, this is a cool, future-y looking machine that can fit on your desk or underneath. I think they did a really nice job.
Because the only option before, I mean, you were getting a tower or you were getting like a 9-pound laptop. There weren't really any of these small computers.
Back in the old days.
In the olden days. What happens if one would like to add a hard drive or some extra RAM or something to that?
You can do all that, but it might be a little tough. The RAM slots and the hard drive bays are located underneath the Blu-ray drive and the power supply, so you will actually have to pull stuff out to get them. I mean, it is an incredibly compact system. At least the second video card slot is easy to get to, so you can add another card with pretty much no problem.
Right.
All the cables are managed nicely. They give it a really nice, clean look. Falcon Northwest has crammed a lot of power into this little frag box, making it really, really impressive.
And the other thing, too, is like if you do spring for the paint job, they're going to be able to reuse this case for you in the future and kind of rebuild a more modern machine inside of the old case. So, it's, you know, if you do decide that you want your face painted on the side of it, for example.
Yeah. Full Burt Reynolds style, just like naked, but with an Xbox in front of you.
Fighting a dragon with a spear.
Yeah, or wizard.
Absolutely.
Or what have you.
So if you do decide to put the extra money into the case, you can reuse that. Now, of course, the main question is it going to be able to keep up with the giant gaming PCs of the world? You know, like the giant ones with the big alien face on it, which just made you look like you were about 14 as soon as you put it into your...
It totally will. Our gaming benchmark scored really well for a machine at this price point, and we were pleasantly surprised. You know, we maxed out games like Crysis 2 with no lag whatsoever. They played perfectly, which means that this rig should have no trouble for years and years to come.
Yeah, this particular configuration is $2,500, which is without the paint job, because again, that is totally optional. But we really liked this little guy.
We really did, and so just in terms of rating, and then again, you know, this was a group decision.
Yes.
We gave it a 5 out of 5. Falcon Northwest has totally done it again. Affordable parts, great craftsmanship, amazing performance, and they're really nice. So that's it for today's Gadget
This is
Prawn.
mine now.
There it is.
Oh,
25 pounds.
I know everyone's like, oh,
Who can't pick it up and carry it to a LAN party now, Morgan Webb?
I can carry it.
I was
Fine.
curling that bad boy. I only did 2. All right, that's today's Gadget Prawn, but if you have a gadget you'd like to see us rate, email us at gadgetprawn@g4tv.com.
I'm exhausted.
We liked that computer so much.
So much.
So much.
That we're actually giving it away.
Yay!
Yeah, G4 on one side, AOTS on the other, but now it's going to have our signatures. Oh! Let's devalue this box.
I don't even want to know what you're
He does look so sad now.
He does. Why would you do that?
He's forever alone. To enter, visit our website at g4tv.com/epic giveaway and get your entry in between now and Monday, April 11th by 3 p.m. Eastern to be eligible. We'll announce the winner right here next week. It's that easy.
That's
that easy.
so easy.
So simple.
Stay tuned. It's His Highness Danny McBride.
The new King of Comedy is up next. I'm gonna draw a penis on it.
I don't think you should. No penises.
It's gonna be a very tasteful
No
penis.
penises.
Tasteful penis.
The feed is brought to you by BlackBerry.
person. Yes, on screen, he's a little bit different.
I want to be king.
Yeah, we can both be king.
No, I want to be king by myself.
Cheer up, brother. I have something else that you can be.
What?
Best man at my wedding.
Sounds tedious and boring.
If I'm not mistaken, it is a tradition that the best man gets to lay with the bridesmaids. Plural.
Really? I've never heard of this tradition. Deal.
Oh, you're gonna be so handsome. Who's gonna be the most handsome best man?
Probably me.
Who's the prince with the most dashing mustache?
Me?
Who gives the warmest hugs?
Me, of course.
I love you, Thaddeus.
Oh, that's cool.
Joining me now, the most dashing man, Danny McBride is here.
Very nice to see you.
Always a pleasure to have you here. I was just saying, how did you get this movie made? I have no idea how this thing got done.
It's a very good question. I often wonder the same thing every time I screen it. It is a crazy, crazy movie. You know, David Green, the director, and myself, we went to film school together, and we've known each other for a long time, and these sort of sword and sorcery fantasy films have always been a passion of ours, and no one really makes those movies anymore, and it was just something that we always kind of wanted to be able to get into
Or
and try.
makes them the way you want. Like, you want a mage to be a badass, to wield his power for all the things that we would if we woke up next morning and could cast magic missiles and snare damsels.
It is literally just an opera to everything that I wanted to see in a movie when I was 12 years old.
Right.
I mean, this is the kind of movie that when I would look at the TV guide when I was little, I'd see, oh, adult content and nudity, and I would set the timer on the VCR after my parents went to bed. It's like, this is that movie.
Would you really use the family VCR to record elbows?
Yeah. It was always like Cinemax
porn?
late at night, and we, for a while, wanted to put a scrambled cable signal just through the whole movie, just that you had to kind of like move to see the boobs.
Is that an elbow or an arrow? What is that? So you guys went to film school together. You wanted to make this movie. Did you guys all get glaucoma at the same time together?
Yes, of course we did.
When did you?
Yes, very early on. Out of the womb, I had glaucoma.
Right away.
Very weird.
I mean, it's clearly being advertised as like this stoner comedy. Obviously, there is a movie there, even if you've never taken a puff in your entire life, like myself. There is a movie here to enjoy regardless, but would you say it's a movie for stoners?
You know, we didn't really make it intentionally for stoners. I mean, it definitely has been marketed heavily that way.
And I hear it's very enjoyable that way as well.
I think it would work under the influence, you know? But it was really important for us at the same time to like make a film that we felt was like a legitimate fantasy film and a legitimate action film.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, there's definitely stoner references in here, but I don't think it's by any means like something that only someone, you know, versed in stoner culture would be able to get.
Right. And how versed are you in stoner culture?
Not at all. I don't speak the language at all. It's very strange.
Have you been to the screenings for this movie and seen the crowd? Because at the screening that I was at, true story, the guy in front of me was so high he couldn't figure out how to sit in his own seat.
Yeah.
I swear to God, he left about halfway through the movie, came back and was pawing at it like it was a confusing medieval device and fell over onto his own face at the screening that I was at.
That was probably my uncle. I think that was someone related to me.
What sort of did you go back and watch all those movies from your childhood, or did you just Google a bunch of medieval stuff in terms of research for this film?
No, we watched all of them. That was honestly like the coolest thing when we set this movie up. It was like going to the video store and just getting all these films like Beastmaster, Kroll. You have to go to a video store to get those movies. By the way, they are not
they're
in
not
the DVD
Netflix,
store,
and they're only on Betamax.
It's an old VHS store, on Beta. That's it, and Laserdisc. That's the only way we're able to find them.
You've probably re-recorded adult porn on half of those VHSs and returned them. But the research just in the Minotaur penises alone, which, no spoiler, there's quite a bit of Minotaur penis in there.
Yeah, well, we take this job very seriously, and there were a lot of very serious creative discussions about how the Minotaur should be hung.
This is a great bit. This is on Funny or Die where you are going at it. Your vision for the Minotaur penis was a little bit different than what was originally in the script.
Yes, I was thinking we should go larger, and David is into realism, and he's met Minotaurs before, and he said that they're obviously not as hung as I thought they were. Yeah,
and circumcised apparently.
Yeah, and apparently they're circumcised.
It's weird. Natalie Portman was one of your first casts, correct? How is there not an insane makeout scene with Natalie Portman in your movie? where you're with her the entire time.
I know, we
and you
should
have full
have.
script control.
Instead, I wrote myself with Franco for the whole entire movie.
You really did?
Missed opportunity.
What happened there?
Yes, yeah.
It's all right. You're amongst friends. It's okay
Yes.
to admit these things.
Okay.
With Natalie, there's a scene, especially. I don't want to spoil too much, but you really get in her face and get good and insulting. And I wonder how much of that is on the page and how much of that was repressed Natalie Portman hatred.
No repressed Portman hatred on this behalf. She was awesome.
Yeah.
She was a
She
really
was great in
cool
the film,
chick and was honestly down with all the lowbrow humor too. She got a kick out of it, which is important when you work on a movie like this. You don't want to work with anyone who's a stick in the mud and who feels that they're above this low humor. You know, it's like you got to embrace it and put it out there. And she does that. And we kind of approach this like we do Eastbound and Down. We'll do about 1 or 2 takes of the script, and we kind of just throw the script away and just start improvising and just kind of see how dirty we can actually.
How disgusting. Yes. Now, what percentage would you say of that ends up in the film versus that's going to be on the DVD? Like, is there a lot of improv that ends up in the final print?
Any joke that's really good was obviously written by me, and anything
of course.
That was improv. Yeah.
Give that one to Franco.
Yeah,
let it
that
slide
was
in.
Franco's idea,
Speaking of Eastbound and Down, one of my favorite series. You're working on it now. It's coming back.
We are. We started writing the new season about a month ago, so we're deep in that now, and we'll be shooting this summer. And we're stoked about it. We love making that show, and so we're excited to get back into it again.
Is Kenny getting back to the hometown? Are we going to see season 1 regulars coming back?
You will see some regulars from season 1. I mean, Kenny is going to be splitting his time between Shelby and Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, where he's making a run for the bigs through a minor league team down there, and he's trying to balance his duties as a father. You know, he's obviously a man cut out to be a father.
Oh, clearly, He's been training his whole life for that role.
Of course.
Between the Eastbound and Down tale, which I imagine is interesting, and Your Highness, I mean, congratulations on the marriage, by the way. I know that's going well.
Thank
but
you.
that aside, you must be psyched for Comic-Con. Now you're going to get all the Ren Fair girls.
Yes, that's honestly what this was all about. You know? That's why we're here.
But when you were here last time, you were just finished up your honeymoon, right?
I looked like I had just come off of the Jersey Shore. I was nice and tan. And
you and Snooki, hand in hand?
Yep.
How are things good? Have you gotten into much trouble? Are you still gaming?
I haven't been gaming as much. I bought a ton of games right before Christmas and never was able to play any of them. I know, it's terrible.
That's painful. We're sorry to hear that.
But the marriage is going good, so that's a plus.
Well,
right?
My relationship with my Xbox has really deteriorated, but the woman in the life is happy, so I guess that's good.
We got to make our choices, I suppose.
Yeah. What's up next? You got 30 minutes or less with Aziz Ansari?
Yeah, 30 Minutes or Less, which is directed by Ruben Fleischer, who directed Zombieland, and it's a comedy with Jesse Eisenberg, Aziz Ansari, and Nick Swartzen and myself, and it's a lot of fun. We shot that last summer, and it's a crazy bank heist, bomb strapped to a pizza guy movie. You know,
Love it.
It's been a while since there's been one of those films.
Exactly.
So, and then I'm a bad guy in Kung Fu Panda 2, and then
sweet. Yeah. And then what about your directorial debut? Don't you want to get behind the camera?
I do. So that's what I'm really looking to get into next year. So I have this company, Rough House Pictures, that I've developed with David Green and Jody Hill and myself, and I'm developing some stuff now, trying to get behind the camera next year.
Well, as long as my medicinal license is still good, I will be seeing every ounce of that footage. Good,
I
sir.
appreciate it.
I'm a huge fan. Again, no BS. The movie is hilarious. You have to go see it. Danny McBride, everybody. Thank you so much for coming on. Thanks, really appreciate it. Yeah. Now, K2 might be the world's deadliest mountain, but Japan's Mount Midoriyama is the most confounding. Yeah. Nobody has gotten past stage 3 after that dreaded redesign.
See if anybody can conquer the course when the all-new Ninja Warrior premieres May 1st. And check out the videos at g4tv.com/Ninja Warrior.
Okay.
Stay tuned. An all-new weekend edition of DV Tuesday with Chris Gore is up next.
Old-timey movies get Blu-ray, like the original Tron and Taxi Driver. You stick around. Maybe Blues.
Okay.
Here we go, first read.
Delicious Mrs. Willard's fish sticks in a rich batter. Now in fun fish shapes that the kids love. Found in the freezer section of your local group.
Coming up Monday on an all-new Attack of the Show, Matt Loria, star of The Chicago Code and Friday Night Lights, will be here live in our studio to talk about fighting crime in Chi-Town. Then on Gadgetron, we rate Digital Storm's Black Ops Enix. This vertical tower is just under a foot tall. And we go behind the scenes of the new Mortal Kombat web series with the stars Michael Jai White and Jerry Ryan. See it Monday.
Now, Get ready to upgrade. It's all Blu-ray discs in this all-new weekend edition of DV Tuesday. Or should I say, DV Blues Day. Hey! Welcome back to Fix for Chris Gore. Yeah, you made it. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Now today we're taking a look at 3 special edition classics now on Blu-ray. So what do we have up first?
We have Tron, the original classic.
The original.
The original classic, yeah.
Now on Tuesday's DV Tuesday, you gave Tron Legacy a pass. So how do you think the original compares?
Well, it doesn't compare in terms of special effects, but in terms of the story, I like to look on the original Tron as kind of like the Wizard of Oz. You know, you meet all these people in the real world, he goes into the fantasy world in the grid, and then those people also appear, and he works out all his little problems on his adventure, comes back, and then marries the Tin Man. Actually, not really. But no, but I like that because you can look on it as it didn't happen, or maybe it did really happen. And the special effects for the time were amazing.
Yeah.
And interestingly, this film was not nominated for an Oscar for special effects because the Academy thought it was all done on a computer. But what
it wasn't?
It wasn't. What you learn on the special features is that a lot of the stuff was hand painted, hand drawn.
Really?
I mean, this was crafted with love. And there's so much good stuff on this DVD. I mean, it's one of the few laser discs I still own because it comes in this
Laser
big,
disc.
I still have the laser disc of Tron because the box is so incredible, and all the special features from that laser disc set are actually on this, including new stuff, and it is so awesome. It's really this, and it's a film also a lot of people forget. This movie tanked when it first came out.
Really?
I mean, audiences kind of weren't ready.
When did this come out? 30 years ago?
It was like 82 or something. I don't know. I
When
can
I
check.
was born.
I can check IMDb. but I love this film because it really kind of it's this cult following, and that's why it's still popular till today. There wouldn't have been a Tron Legacy without Tron, the original classic.
All right. So bottom line?
Bottom line, it's a buy, folks.
I knew it.
It's a buy for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's up next?
Next, we have Taxi Driver. Yeah.
Now, obviously,
Yeah.
everyone knows Robert De Niro's famous "Are you talking to me?" scene. Beyond that, what makes Taxi Driver such a classic?
Well, let me just say, not only do I know that scene's on the back of my amazing punk rock jacket, which I gotta show you here. Nice.
And you pinned it on yourself?
Yes, I pinned it on myself because I can't
So
sew.
crafty.
But Taxi Driver is so incredible, so far ahead of its time, just with regard to politics, and it's a dark film, not a happy one. And it made Martin Scorsese, it made his career, it made Robert De Niro a star, and it's an incredibly influential film up to today. It's a film I have to see every couple years,
Yeah.
but now it's on Blu-ray.
Now, this special edition has 3 commentary tracks. Do we learn anything interesting from them?
Yeah, there's a commentary track by Martin Scorsese, Paul Schrader, and a guy named Philip Kolker did a book called Cinema of Loneliness. But Paul Schrader actually dressed like the character Travis Bickle in it. He actually his whole look was actually how Paul Schrader used to dress. And Paul Schrader got involved in kind of some dark things in his life involving drugs, and it's really from his experiences. And I never would have known that had I not listened to that commentary.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
So bottom line?
Bottom line is buy it. So good.
2 buys.
Yeah, 2 buys.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, what else do we have to check out?
THX 1138, George Lucas's director's cut.
Now, this was George Lucas's first full-length movie right out of film school. So does the movie stand the test of time?
Well, it's interesting. Not only does it stand the test of time, this film was so far ahead of its time in terms of predicting the future. Except for the haircuts. We're not shaving our heads completely bald yet. But this film has so much to say about society, corporate society, and how we're all just sort of consumers going to buy stuff. And it's funny to have George Lucas talk about consumerism in this film, which he talks about quite a bit, whereas he's made so many things I've bought. So many Star Wars action figures and Star Wars products lining shelves, and it's just interesting that the guy who made Star Wars also made this movie, because the ideas in this are kind of anti Star Wars in a way, but he really had no budget to make this originally, and it looks incredible. And the sound in this thing is he was really experimenting and building up to doing Star Wars.
So are there any special features?
Actually, the best special feature, I'm glad you asked, is this thing where Walter Murch and George Lucas discussed the sound effects in the film, and the sound of like the lightsaber was kind of developed in this movie.
Really?
And there's even a line of dialogue you can't hear. I never knew this until recently. There's a line of dialogue near the end of the film where the character THX 1138 runs over a Wookiee. And you hear it in the background. It's like one of his background voices. He ran over a Wookiee. And it's like, that's where Wookiee came from. So he was developing a lot of the sound techniques. A lot of the things you see in the original Star Wars came from THX 1138. It's really a big budget experimental film.
Okay, so bottom line?
Bottom line is, I'm saying rent only because the original edition is not included. It should have had the original and the special edition. Sorry, George.
Okay.
So, but that's a positive
rent,
review.
2 buys and a rent.
It's
That's
a
awesome. All right, thank you, Chris.
Cool. Thank you.
For more Gore, follow him on Twitter at @ChrisGore. And now let's go over to Kevin.
Fun fact, drunk guys, they're not good at stuff.
Yeah, he'll definitely feel that when he wakes up.
If he wakes up. Many thanks to Jason Mewes and Danny McBride, also Morgan Webb, Chris Hardwick, Oprah. Get in there. Go give him some love.
No,